Tim and Noah Talks here, podcast 2.
We're back.
Stop scrolling and listen.
Listen to what we have to say in the words that are coming out of his mouth.
Hear him, but listen to me.
How you been, mate?
Good.
Good?
Yeah, I've been very good. What about you, mate? What's been happening?
Same old, buddy. Just ticking along nicely.
Ticking the boxes?
Ticking the boxes of life. What about you?
Yeah, same old. I played Ron Massey on the weekend.
Oh, yeah, he's got a dub, eh?
Got a win against the undefeated Mounties.
Yeah, nice.
I think they call them the greatest Mounties team to ever grace the field. No.
Oh, you made that up?
No, but they could be.
Yeah, how'd you go? How'd you go individually?
No, individually, I thought, I played pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
Had a good little run.
They were pretty big, eh? They were massive.
Yeah, big boys. I got knocked out at one point. Yeah, I played alright. Like, I had a good game. I was pretty happy. Had about 16 runs, I think.
Yeah, nice.
25 tackles.
Not bad,
so
mate.
it's a good little effort. But yeah. What about you, mate? How'd you play on the weekend?
Yeah, good. We versed Manly. That's 3 wins in a row on the trot for us. So
nice.
Yeah, we had Raiders a couple weeks back, Bulldogs, and now Manly knocked them all off. So we're off the bottom of the ladder.
Very nice.
Second last now, proudly. And it was a good game. Hope to keep winning. Those extra match payments definitely help.
How many minutes did you play?
I played the full game this week.
It's happened 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
Man, they're grooming you up for NRL.
Yeah, hopefully you get a crack soon. But
nice.
No, it's been good. I've been feeling the energy and the love again, and all the enjoyment of playing footy again. It's good.
What would you say the key to success is in NRL? Like in footy? Yeah.
Just enjoying it. I found out the hard way at the start of the year how bad it was when I I think the politics and everything get to my head, and it threw me off my game, and then it translated on the field. Like how I was feeling internally would kind of come out on the field. And
with politics, explain the politics. Like, so you hate Benji, you would say?
Shut up, you.
No, I'm joking. No, so yeah, you felt like you weren't enjoying it at the start of the year?
No, I wasn't enjoying it. I probably was thinking too much about the future and looking around too much at other things and other people, and I think that kind of gets in your head a bit. And I left the club, and that was West at the start of the year, and moved to Rabbitohs on the mid-season switch.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, there's only 4 games in, but I've just found me feet again at Rabbits, and it's a mad club. I love it, and
it's good,
enjoying them all. Yeah,
it's
good.
Fun.
You kind of forget sometimes that footy is just a bonus to life. Like life itself is a crazy thing, and there's so much to be grateful for, and sometimes you can kind of get lost in the noise of everything. So
once
good
you
to reset sometimes.
Once you put footy on like that idol spot, where it's like the top, it's the top of like everything going on in your life. When you're
just like attached to it so hard that it like hurts you and breaks you.
You ride every single wave of it.
It's not good for the
every wave of emotion.
No, it's hard. It's not good for the mental health, but definitely found that a supporting wife and close family around you can definitely help you get out of the rut.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask you is, what would you say the key to getting out of, like, taking something out of the, like, idol, the spot of the idol in your head?
Yeah, well, man, the biggest one was just getting busy. I had too much time on my hands.
On your head?
Too much time on my head.
Yeah.
I was just kind of always sitting around thinking, and I swear you're your own worst enemy half the time when you're alone. So I guess being busy, keeping busy, always having something to do. The content stuff helped.
Yeah.
Because that gives you something to do. Then with that, our support work that we do. And then obviously God's a massive part in a lot of the stuff that we do. He kind of always gives you new things on the horizon to think about when things are kind of getting a bit heated. Yeah, that was probably the big things that got me through. My wife, of course.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, mate? How are the highs and lows been for you?
Well, this season, let's see. I started the year, had a good preseason, trained hard.
Yeah.
And then played the first round I played the NRL trial, which was a mad high. Like, I was excited, so excited about that. I probably didn't have my best game in the NRL trial. Like, a few errors and that, so it kind of deflated me a little bit. And then I, kept moving on. I was playing pretty good footy, and then went into round 1, and we lost to the Knights. You were playing that game as well with us. Lost to the Knights, and after that I got dropped. Like we got flogged. We got flogged by the Knights. So we needed someone. I think they just needed to like kind of
switch it up a bit.
Yeah,
they dropped me to bench after that game. I
was unfortunately dropped to Ron Massey.
Yeah.
And obviously that takes a bit of a hit on the old pride and the old ego.
Yeah.
And then you're in Ron Massey, and I was playing it, and then I hurt my shoulder in Ron Massey. Like I done my AC joint.
Yeah.
Out for 6 weeks with that injury, and then that was no, but that's a roller coaster of it. Like I was on a mad high. Started just slowly getting lower, and then I come back into the team after the thing, and I got dropped to Sydney Shield, which is like the lowest.
Below Massey.
Yeah, below Massey.
What would you say you found about all this stuff, and like I guess the mindset, like how important is the role that the mindset plays in all this?
Yeah, it's the way you look at things. Like
it is.
You can look at something as like a big kick in the guts, or you can look at it as a chance to like get better.
100%. And you kind of realize when you're playing Massey that it's actually still a privilege.
Yeah, it's still a privilege, 100%. Like, that's just, it's when you're pride, like you got a certain thing built up in your head about yourself.
You do.
And like how good you are and how much like
where you think
you should be. And it's like what we were saying before is like the idol in your head.
Yeah.
That's like you put yourself on like this pedestal.
Yeah.
And then you end up getting taken down to the ground.
Taken down a peg, getting humbled.
Yeah, but it's good.
What does Jesus say about that?
He who exalts himself shall be humbled.
Yes.
And he who humbles himself shall be exalted.
You find that out the hard way.
But
once or twice, don't you?
Yeah, well, you can't even like, for yourself, you can't like humble yourself. You need God to humble you.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, that's what he does. He puts you in those scenarios where like...
Because you never think you have pride, or you never think you're on like a prideful kind of wave until you get humbled. Then you kind of look back and reflect and you're like, oh, I probably needed to chill. But you can never kind of be the one that, like you said, gives yourself that attitude adjustment.
Yeah, well,
you after... John Cena to do it.
Yeah, well...
Or God.
Well, God is the best John Cena out there.
Yeah, he is.
He attitude adjusts you pretty quick. But yeah, no, what I was going to say is, so when I went to Shield, like, that was the biggest pride knock for me.
Yeah.
And I actually kicked up a fuss about it and like said I wasn't going to play and all this sort of stuff, and said like, because I know where I should be and all this sort of stuff. I called my coach, told him I wanted out of the club.
Yeah, I think I was there. You cried as well.
I didn't cry, but definitely it was annoying. But I called my coach and like my agent and like complained, and I wanted out of the club. And I kind of learned that it's not really, I don't know, I guess, it humbled me and taught me that like, just because one thing goes wrong or goes to where you think you should be or whatever, like it's not the end of like your career or the end of like.
Do you mean when one thing goes wrong and when you get to where you think you shouldn't be?
Get to where you shouldn't be. Yeah. It's not always like, it's just God's plan, so you just have to trust God's plan.
The good and the bad, eh?
Yeah, the good and the bad.
What does Job say?
Blessed are those who endure. No, I don't know. What does Job say?
He says,
the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Yeah. But he says, shall we just accept good and not bad from the Lord or something?
Adversity,
When his wife's like telling him to curse God.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy when you can see the lesson in things.
Like,
I guess as you get older, scriptures, but as you get older, you kind of have more common sense or consciousness, whatever, to reflect and think.
Well, it's funny. It goes back to you remember when Luke Vella at the
shout
out Luke Vella. He's a good coach. But yeah, at the doggies,
what?
When I like kind of got dropped or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't handle it the best.
Yeah, no, neither.
Like I went and kind of spat the dummy a bit to him, and like kind of
had a bit of an argument.
Had a bit of an argument with him. Told him that I shouldn't be getting these sort of minutes and things like that. And it just didn't end well for me, like as it would have if I had just handled it like a But that's what I've learned now. Like,
Yeah.
now that I was
hindsight being 2020, you probably wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. Now that I've been put in the situation again, sort of thing, like,
Yeah.
I handled it a lot better.
Well, you
and a lot more respectful.
Well, you kind of unfortunately learn things the hard way as a man nowadays. Like, you kind of have to go through things, unfortunately, before you kind of realize, oh, probably shouldn't do that.
That's true.
Probably should handle this different. Yeah.
That's right.
It is right. I remember that year as well in 2023, and I got dropped from flag. I thought I was untouchable as well, and I thought I was a man, and then I got dropped to Ron Massey and told like I wasn't needed in the flag team for and I kind of spat the dummy as well. And I was like, "What? This is it." I was outraged.
Yeah.
But then I remember like going back and enjoying it in Massey and realizing like everything's a gift, everything's a blessing.
Yeah.
If you kind of think for 1 second that like you're entitled something or that you should or you've earned something, whatever, like nothing is like given to you. Like you have to kind of work and prepare and kind of and yeah, like I guess take what's coming to you, but have that grateful attitude and mindset about it. Because I think the second that you kind of get in your head about I should be here, I should be there, you elevate yourself in your mind.
Well, even you were talking about it this morning, you know, about the 80 minutes.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, well, I'll give the viewers a bit of a taste. Like at the start of the year when I was at West, I was playing like I remember one game I played like 22 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Off the bench, and I was just so I was so annoyed at the circumstances, and I was really like shaking my fists, like low key at God, like what's going on? Like I thought we had this plan. I thought I was going to be in NRL this year. I thought this and that.
Yeah.
And then I just quickly realized like it's not in my control.
Yeah.
And then now like fast forward, I'm at Bunnies, and like I've been playing kind of bigger minutes and that. Like I played 80 the other week or last 2 weeks or whatever, but still in my head I'm thinking I want the next best thing. Like what's the next best thing?
Yeah.
And it's like we're never like satisfied with what's in front of us. Like as humans, we always just want more. And like I got up like angry at my dad the other day because he's always like kind of putting me on this other pedestal and like he wants me to be better and do this stuff. And I'm just like, Dad, like you're never happy. And I realized this morning I'm the same with God. Like I'm never actually happy. I always want more.
Yeah.
And whether that's a good thing as well, it works as probably a good thing and a bad thing. Like we kind of.
But yeah, that's what you were saying about like your Massey thing back at the Doggies.
Yeah.
Like you kind of, you can just learn to. You just never satisfied with anything. You'll end up finding something to complain about.
Yeah, there's always something to complain about. Yeah. So that's why like I've been focused since I moved to Rabbitohs to kind of just keep my eyes on the Lord, like a little bit more in the sense like life is so good, everything's so good around me outside of footy, and the footy, if that flourishes, is just a bonus.
Yeah.
And it's a better mindset I think to be in.
100%. But
yeah, that's footy talk. What else has been going on
for us? Watching some movies. Yeah, what about you?
What have you been watching, mate?
What have I been watching? What did we watch the other day? The Reef.
Oh, The Reef. The shark. Nice.
Oh, should we go into Hidden Gems?
Yeah, go in.
Alright.
Let's segue it.
Hidden Gems.
Movie.
Gem. Yeah, movie. I actually put The Reef.
Why'd you go to The Reef?
Well, is cheesy acting, don't get me wrong. Cheesy, like Aussie acting.
It was cheesy.
It was a bit, not the best. And a bit low budget, I guess. But, like, the shark, it's just a classic shark movie. Yeah, like crazy. So it looks so, like, you can feel it. The friggin', like, being in the water with them and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
they do a good job of that.
Yeah, and you're like, they made the shark look so real as well.
Yeah, they did. No, it was real.
I think, it's a real shark.
Real footage of a real shark, but just not swimming in the water with them.
Yeah, but it's like, they just done so well with that, I reckon. And scary, yeah, so scary, and
It's got to be one of the worst fears, like getting attacked by a shark.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like,
I swear that's at the top of everyone's worst.
A shark movie, you like always know what you're gonna get with it. You know?
Yeah, and it's still scary, even though it's not the best acting or whatever. If it's like.
If it's done right,
the anxiety itself of like a shark attack is enough to keep you kind of in there.
That's a good, it's a good. Like that's why Jaws was probably so successful back in the day.
Because it's like everyone's worst fear coming to life.
Bro, Jaws was like crazy.
Crazy.
They like done it so like I think that was the first one that really like
Showed everyone like sharks.
sharks and
yeah,
how it made everyone like fear sharks.
Yeah, it's like
so
a propaganda.
much. Yeah,
True.
that's like what made everyone like so off sharks.
Push the narrative on how scary sharks are. No one really cared before that.
Far out.
Dad reckons he was like scarred for like weeks or months or even like years after he watched that. I think he said
horror movies are like they're
crazy.
mad,
They make you look at things differently. Even like the other night, I was walking through the park, and like I don't know what it was, but I just started thinking of like horror movies and like it's crazy how you can kind of
start to trick
it's
yourself.
What I was talking about the other day, like a connotation, how like when like a word makes you have a certain feeling.
Yeah.
Movies are the same thing. Like a movie will put a feeling in you, and like it can actually kind of pivot the way you do things. And think. Like when I was walking through the park, I started thinking about like a murderer or something with a knife. It's like not that I was like I didn't get scared.
No,
I was,
but
like,
you just start to
dwelling
be
on
conscious of it. Even when like you're laying in bed at night, and like I don't know, let's say you wake up and it's like late,
and you hear like the door, you hear like something,
and you just start thinking all these like crazy thoughts of like, what if someone breaks in or like,
True.
And you hear a noise or whatever.
No, so that was your movie. What was your song?
Oh, song I went.
Did you get a song?
Crafty Cuts and Staunch. What is it?
Track of the day.
Track of the day. Yeah, that's
nice.
I don't know.
That's only on SoundCloud.
I don't know. Is that what it's called? Track of the day.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only a SoundCloud song, and I was listening to it before my game, and it's just as soon as I heard it, and like the rap bit in it, you know, when the first rap bit comes into it.
Yeah, I do know that.
And he just goes that hard, and it just pumped me up for my game, man. Nice. And then I thought of it straight away, like that's gonna be my song for the week.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's good. You're thinking podcast outside of it. I like it.
It's gotta be my song for the week.
I like it, mate. For the movie,
what did you get?
Hidden Gem. I haven't actually thought of one, mate. What have we watched? Have we watched something recently? Oh, I know what it is. I watched the Ned Brockman documentary the other day on Netflix.
Ned Brockman.
Yeah, the guy that ran from Perth to Sydney, Perth to Bondi.
Yeah.
Bro, in 45 days, he ran 100,000 kilometers
100,000
a day. Yeah, and he was like, bro,
100,000 kilometers a day.
No, he ran 100 kilometers a day.
Oh yeah.
For 45 days, so it's like 4,500 kilometers. You had to run it.
100 kilometers a day.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
I think he gave himself 5 days to give or take or whatever, but yeah, I think it was like 100 k's a day, bro. And the man just done it because he was in Sydney. He was just a sparky, like an electrician, and he just like started seeing how the homeless problem in Sydney, and he like had compassion on them, and he just said he wanted to raise money for him, so he started running like a marathon every day or something like that first in Sydney. And he got done. He ran a marathon a day for like 40 days or something like that.
How does that raise money for?
Because then he's like pushing it out there, so other people are donating and stuff, sponsoring and donating and stuff. So he raised like 100 grand or 50 grand or something. I think it was 50 grand. And he said, "Oh, what else can I do?" And then he get the idea to do the freaking Perth to Bondi. And the man just gets up. He would get up like 3 in the morning, have like a massage, run the whole day, go to bed, and repeat. For 45 days, like along the highway with like big trucks coming past him and stuff, like
pretty crazy.
And he was running like sometimes he was running like downwind as well, or like upwind as well. So the wind was against him. Like it's hectic, and he was like it shows his emotions, like he's crying and swearing and going off with his parents and going off with his family. Yeah, he like had these so many mental battles through it. But then at the end of the day, like he said, the only reason he wanted to do it was literally just to do the right thing for homeless people.
Right.
Like he didn't have like an agenda.
Wow, that's hectic.
It was really crazy. Yeah, it changed.
Shout out Ned Brockman.
Yeah, shout out Ned Brockman. He's an Aussie legend, Aussie icon. No, I got
when was this?
I think like the last couple of years.
True.
2 years ago. I remember hearing about it, but I never kind of gave it much thought.
I never even heard of it.
He's like Goggins, but for Australia.
That's crazy.
Crazy, yeah. Anyway, yeah, and then he finishes it 45 days. He finishes it, he gets to Bondi, and there's like thousands of people sitting there waiting for him, cheering him on. And the whole country like getting around him. Nice. Yeah, he raised like $2.5 million or $3 million.
The docos, eh? You like docos?
The freediving one where the baldy died at the end.
Don't call him a baldy.
Nah, Steven or something. He's a real life hero.
True.
And I told you all about it, and no one else got on the same level I did.
Yeah. Apparently, weren't you crying?
I wasn't crying. I wouldn't say I was crying.
You cried.
There were more tears of joy.
Mate, you cried.
What a good man he was. No, yeah. No, I don't think I cried, man. But yeah. Anyway, it was a good documentary. When was the last time you cried?
The last time I cried? I don't remember, eh? I never cry.
I cried at the end of the Ned Brockman one as well.
What?
It was so touching.
I'll
admit it.
It's like impossible for me to cry.
I don't know. It takes a real strong man to be in touch with their emotions.
My eyes leak as I achieve.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
No, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I cried.
No, it takes a real man to cry, I think.
Nah, mate, you gotta bottle those emotions up.
True that. So docos are alright. Anyway, I like just seeing cool people achieve cool feats. It's always it gets
cool.
Gets the blood flowing.
Yeah. What about your song, mate? What do you got for us?
What have I got? Gem. Oh, you had the Crafty Cuts one. What have I been listening to? 4 AM by Travis Scott and 2 Chainz.
Oh yeah.
Funny enough.
Good song.
Not really, but it's very nostalgic. I used to listen to it when I was in year 9.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like heard it in the gym the other day again, and it's like 9. It's like 9 years old or whatever. And I put it on. Just brought me back. Like I said, that connotation, it just brings you back to a place of like where you were when you first heard it.
Should we do ratings?
Yeah.
So for my staunch one, I'm gonna preface that it's a different song. Like it's a bit it's not really like one you would listen to when you're like I guess just chilling. Yeah, it's more of like
gym.
It's a pump up. Yeah, you want to get pumped up. So I give it
in that genre. That's like how you rate genre. Rate that.
So in that genre, which is like a pump up gym song, I'll give it a nice 8.5.
Nice. What about the movie?
And
the shark movie, it's probably
it's probably like a 6.5, 7.
No, like for shark movies, it's pretty up there.
Oh, for shark movies, I don't know. It wasn't that good. Like it was good.
Well, what's a good shark movie?
Good shark movie.
So I'm saying for shark movies, it'd be up higher.
Yeah, it'd be up there.
Like for a shark movie, done everything it was meant to accomplish.
I feel like we should just rate the movie.
No.
In terms of like rating, not like in categories.
Yeah, whatever.
I feel like it's a 6.5.
Nice.
Not even a 6. It's pretty shit.
So what are you doing with the movie?
Yeah.
Are you going to watch it or not?
No, it's a good movie.
It's a 6.
No, it's a good movie, but I'm just saying for the acting and like everything else is.
But for the shark.
The shark, yeah. But
what do you rate the shark?
The shark carries the whole movie, which is like makes it a 6. If there was no shark in it, it'd be like a freaking 3.
What would it be about if there's no shark in it?
If there was no shark in it, it'd just be like a 2 or a 3.
Grab each other's faces and kiss him.
Look, mate, you gotta trust love.
Don't be afraid of love, mate. That's classic. Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah.
Very old school acting.
Yeah, old school shit acting. Yeah, go.
Mate, you shitting on the movie.
No, it's a good movie.
It's like a gem, and now you're giving it like a 5. I think it's shit.
No, 6.
Okay.
I said a 6.
Oh, nice.
If you want to watch a shark movie, go watch it.
Yeah, but if you just want to watch like a chill movie,
if you want look at a good movie, then you wouldn't really.
It's not like shit movies you're gonna recommend. Anyway,
if you're looking for a little bit of a shark thrill,
a shark thrill. Yeah, you gotta be in the mood. We were in the mood the other day.
A shark.
We tried to watch that Paris one.
Yeah, but if imagine we were like sitting there wanting to watch like some mad movie, you wouldn't like.
No, you would have chucked the reef on.
The reef on.
Depends what mood.
Yeah,
you're right. My Ned for a doco, I give that about a 9. That's a man-made doco.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ned's a man. He looks like a good dude. It's good. What's the word? Yeah, that's all I want to say. Message. Yeah, it's a good message.
This guy doesn't know the word message.
I have blanked on that.
Why the hell am I doing a podcast with this guy?
No, anyway. Yeah, it's a good message. I liked it. The song I did about a 6 or 4. It was shit. No, my song was 4 AM by Travis Scott and 2 Chainz. The first 2 verses are nice. I like it.
But it's not like...
It brings you back. No, it's nice. I'll give that a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ahead of its time for sure. Because now all the songs that come out by those guys are just terrible. Alright, so that's our movies. That's live talk. What else we got? Talk. Yeah. The Bankstown University level 5 is a great spot to go and have a coffee in the morning for all you locals.
No, you're not allowed up at level 5.
You're actually not allowed up there, but if you kind of just go up, they're pretty chill with the rules. The rules are pretty bendy.
They'll ask you to go, but
very nicely.
They're
It's
very
still a nice
nice.
exchange as a security
It's
guard.
not
in the
like
morning.
they make you feel like you're breaking the law. or
Yeah,
anything.
no. They just kind of give you a light tap on the shoulder and ask you to kind of
Yeah,
vacate.
but
which
if
is
you
alright.
really want to be, if you want to be in like a legal sort of place with no security tapping you on the shoulder, then just go to level 4.
But level 4 doesn't have a good window, does it?
It does. I found a nice little window. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
little window spot. But yeah, the Bankstown University. It's nice to just chill and
ponder and look over the
ponder
city of
over-
Bankstown.
rethink your whole life.
Yeah, it's always good to do that in the morning.
Yeah, makes me. I start just thinking about like how I got to where I am now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, true. The man you've become
what's
through many adversity and many trials.
just like how if one thing would have been different, I wouldn't have got to like anywhere. I'm
Yeah,
at
the
today.
ripple effect.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, you got any closing thoughts or anything else you wanted to touch on?
on?
The vibe.
They call it the library of books because it's a library.
It's made up of 66 different books.
Yeah.
How many different authors?
I don't know. You have to submit yourself to authority though if you're going to talk Bible. Oh, let me just get my pastor on the phone before we get into
Do
this.
you have a pastor?
No,
Why?
I don't.
Why? Where'd you go wrong in life?
Nah, the vibe.
Do you believe in Satan?
Do I believe in Satan?
Or we know Satan's real. The word Satan is mentioned in the Bible. But what do you believe Satan is?
Well, what does the word Satan actually mean?
Isn't that like the light or something?
No, the accuser.
The accuser. What's the light? Oh, Lucifer.
Oh wait, yeah,
Lucifer means like illuminate or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
like
yeah.
the
It's a light.
illuminate. Yeah, but even like where else is the Satan mentioned? Like the serpent in the garden,
Is it adversary?
or the accuser, isn't it? Is it accuser? The devil. Maybe the devil is the accuser.
Oh, it's funny you said adversary, right? It's funny you said adversary because I was literally just looking at a scripture yesterday in Matthew chapter 6, or maybe the end of chapter 5, after he talks about the Beatitudes, when Jesus is giving his first sermon on the Mount, and he says, if you go to the altar and you realize you have aught with your brother,
yeah.
like go fix it before you go to the altar.
Yeah, the adversary will. What's he say? The
judge
judge will deliver you.
If you let me finish.
Okay.
And he says, go and like hash it out with your friend, and then go back, lest the adversary catch you.
Yeah.
So it's like the adversary is the friend.
Oh yeah.
So he's telling you to go hash it up with the adversary.
Yeah, the friend.
Yeah, the friend. So whatever that means.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting, eh?
But yeah, so what were we talking about? Satan?
I don't know.
Yeah, you asked about Satan.
Yeah, I said, what do you think Satan is?
Yeah. I believe Satan is whatever opposes you. No, I don't know.
Wow.
You know how it's
Wow, that's profound.
no,
Can
but
you expand on that?
no, but you know how it's like the what did you say before, Linny? The opposed,
The accuser, the adversary.
the opponent, and the
opponent.
adversary.
Right.
So everything that like goes against you, or even the will of God.
Wow.
So which is us, really, in a sense.
We are like usually the only thing that takes us off the will of God.
We're the only ones that oppose what God's trying to do, like the flesh.
True.
It says the flesh lusts against the spirit against the flesh.
Wow.
So
The inward man and the outward man.
yeah, so I would say that we are Satan.
Wow.
Satan.
That's blasphemy. You heard it here first. I'm kicking this guy out of my house. What is it?
I'll walk off this podcast right
What
now.
do they call blasphemers again in Titus?
What?
Heretic.
A heretic, yeah.
Heretic.
Yeah.
But if you guys think about it, most of the things that we think we know is been passed down from generations and been looked at on TV or like taught by someone else.
Or what
know?
you've heard of, yeah, some other dude saying it. End times, think about it. End times and the devil, they're two of like the most scariest things to
They
think
are.
about.
And imagine you take that out of your brain. Like, what is there to fear?
Yeah, you got nothing to fear. And
if God
God,
be for you, who can be against you?
let's think about the scripture. What's it say? Fear. No. What's he say? God has not given us
A spirit of fear, but power and love and a sound mind.
Yeah.
The devil and end times doesn't really sound very sound to me.
Yeah, to my truth. This is all my truth.
Truth is subjective to whoever's thinking about it. But think about it. Has anyone actually ever gotten like a unique idea that hasn't been fed them by someone else, or by like something that they've seen, or like
I guess there's people who get called heretics.
yes, or geniuses that make or like inventors and stuff.
Yeah, inventors and
like I'm sure when the first person wanted to make like the first phone, or Elon Musk wanted to make like an electric car, everyone thought he was an idiot. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then if you push through that barrier of how people think, or if something's new, and you actually kind of do it, look at them now. Like they looked at as geniuses and stuff.
Yeah. So it's
what
the
if
same
this
as the
heresy stuff that like you have to get through is like what just part of like getting to the kingdom of heaven that Jesus spoke about?
Well, even God said our thoughts are not His thoughts.
Yeah.
Our ways are not His ways. So like clearly there's something that He does that is like not going to be what we can even perceive.
We can't perceive it.
We can't even perceive, or we can't even imagine. Like,
what does Paul say in Romans? How unsearchable the riches.
So that's what we're saying. We have the truth, and you guys don't.
Anyone that thinks that they know something doesn't know anything except for me and my brother. Nah, I'm joking.
Nah,
but it's funny. Yeah, it's funny to think about.
Yeah.
Once you kind of start to branch off and make your own little opinions up, and like you don't let people tell you and teach you. Like,
well, you want to know something interesting? I find this interesting.
Tell me.
So the serpent in the garden, right?
Yeah.
The serpent was in the garden, and then where else? When did the serpent come into play the next time?
With Moses' staff?
Yeah, Moses' staff.
True.
So then, what's it called? And what was the serpent used for though? Like why did it come?
God gave Moses power over the serpent.
Yeah, he gave power. He gave the rod. The rod turned into the serpent.
Yeah.
Right?
And Moses had to pick it up and it would turn back into the
And then it would turn back into the rod. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So, and he used it when he was like fighting against the whatever, what's his name? The Egyptian... Pharaoh, yeah, Pharaoh. He would throw the rod on the thing and it would become a serpent and it would scare the Pharaoh.
True.
So, like, the serpent is also used to
do good,
to take away the enemy.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do get that.
To take away like because the Pharaoh represents like Egypt, which is evil and like fear,
slave and tyranny,
slave, everything.
Yeah.
And to free them from the slaves, he had to use the serpent.
Wow.
So
nearly even from Adam and Eve, like God used the serpent to free Adam and Eve.
Free Adam and Eve, yeah. You could almost say that, yeah. They got freed by what was it? The knowledge of good and evil.
The knowledge of good and evil, yeah.
So the knowledge of good and evil was how they had the choice to choose God.
True. Otherwise, it's not a choice, and we're all just robots.
Yeah, we're robots.
There's no free will.
We're sort of enslaved in a way anyway if we don't have the knowledge of good and evil.
It's just slavery with extra steps.
Yeah, but even... So then, that's what I was thinking about the serpent. So it scared Pharaoh or whatever.
Mm.
Even the same rod he used, remember he lifted it up in the thing.
When they're all scared of the snakes.
No, it cleared the Red Seas.
When
the same rod, the same rod that became a serpent.
So the serpent cleared the
seas.
The path.
Yeah, and then even when the serpents what happened? They were all worshipping false gods or whatever.
Yeah, and the serpents bit them all.
And the serpents bit them. God sent the serpents to bite them all. And then he said, like, they wanted to get rid of the serpent. And God said, like, make the bronze serpent.
Yeah.
And set it up on the thing. And if they look upon it, then...
their fears will go away.
Their fears will whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they won't be affected by the serpent's bite anymore.
True.
That's what it said.
So exposure to the serpent... takes the serpent's power away.
Yeah, so if you look at the serpent with a different mindset,
so it's all perspective.
Yes,
and then the serpent's referred to by Jesus when he says, "If I be lifted up like the serpent in the wilderness, I will draw all men to me." Yeah,
you draw all men. So if you change your perspective,
Christ himself said that he was the serpent.
He compared himself to the serpent. Yeah, in John 3. So what I'm saying is, if you look at the serpent a different way, rather than looking at it as this big bad evil thing. If you look at it in a way that can actually free you and can help you learn and grow, then you're no longer under the power of the devil.
True. Wow. Bang. Okay, we better end there because that's a mic dropper.
All right.
See you guys later. Tim and Noel Talks, episode 2. See you soon.
More to come.
Peace out.